So you're the writer,
I am.
and tell us a little bit about the script.
Well, the process of the script was kind of interesting. I was prowling around LinkedIn one day, as writers are inclined to do, looking for work, and this director had a post that he needed somebody to write a war film. And I said, I can do that. So I contacted him. He called me right away, unheard of in this industry. And he said, oh, I loved what you sent, and, let's work out a deal. And we did, and then we started grinding it out. He had a basic story idea, and then we had to go through all the components of the story and line them out so that the ending actually made sense and things of that line. And we did 12 drafts to get to complete.
So tell us a little bit about what the movie is actually about and what it's like having your words come to life with actors such as Sam.
Oh, boy. The movie is about a Humvee patrol in Afghanistan. And they encounter an IED, and then after they police the area, check for potential threats, and do some basic first aid, they discover an Afghan woman whose daughter was wounded in the blast. So now they have the moral dilemma of what do they do? Do they get out of there as fast as they can, or should they become humanitarians and trust this woman? Because at first, she's talking to them in Afghani, and they really don't know what's going on. And so they have to get to the point where they have to make a decision about what will be the right thing to do. What we wanted to show in this film is that war is just not about going over and shooting people. There are complex decisions that have to be made every day. And the troops are put in these situations under extreme pressure. And if they make the wrong choice, they have something that they have to live with for the rest of their life. And it can be quite strenuous on a psychic and emotional level. So after I wrote this, and we sent it off to the director and everything, and we're waiting for the copy to come in, and so we put it up on Vimeo. We're sitting there watching, and I'm thinking, oh God, I hope the actors don't suck. That's what I was thinking. And we had this guy here, Sam, and the rest of the crew. They were stunning. They were absolutely stunning. They detected the subtleties in the script. I mean, things that the director and I would have to discuss for an hour to write one line. How do we say this so the actors will get it? It's like, well, you're the director, you tell them. And these guys were just magnificent in terms of putting it together. And my buddy Sam here, I mean, he rocks.
So how did you prepare for this? I mean, are you military? Do you have military in your history?
Military background, yeah. I Top Gun and all sorts of stuff. My grandparents, both of them, both sides of the family, were in, one of them flew in Korea, and then one of them was in World War II. My brother's getting ready to go to boot camp for the Marines. It's just like very instilled. And I'm from Texas. I'm from San Antonio. There's like a massive amount of military presence there. Like there's at one point like 4 bases. Mm-hmm. So a lot of that. But for this film, we I don't even know how many of us. There were like 9 of us in a 6x12 trailer, sleeping just crammed in here for days, and then we trained, and that really brought us together.
And you had consultants.
We had consultants. We had military consultants, and so for days we were waking up, sun up, and going to bed at midnight, and just getting to know one another, and doing drills out in the desert, and running around in Humvee, kind of living the dream. It was a lot of fun.
So, what was this experience like? I mean, did it change your attitude toward what's going on in Afghanistan, or?
Yeah, and I have friends that are over there as well. My buddy's getting ready to get deployed at the end of March as well, again. And just what they deal with is people don't really know, I guess, unless you were part of it, unless it affects you. Mm-hmm. And really having to look at it and read about it and kind of do research on it and kind of,
So how did you detect the subtleties in the script? I mean, was it something that came naturally? Or?
That was actually work with Nathan, and Nathan Besworth, the director, and myself, just kind of feeling it out and being aware of it and shooting it. We shoot it and then feel this out, feel that out. He wants this, he wants that, and our opinions combining into hopefully what did turn out, I think, is a great project. Yeah.
So when you got the call that you were accepted to the Sedona International Film Festival, this is our 20th anniversary, which is a big deal. I mean, tell me what it felt like. Was it?
Mm-hmm. It was great. You know, I mean, I'm from Arizona, so, you know, being in an Arizona-based film festival is extra special. The 20th is extra special, and the esteem that Sedona now has is special. I mean, it might as well be Oscar qualifying, you know, I mean, it's that good, and so it's very exciting. And then, of course, you know, immediately we started hearing buzz from other filmmakers. Once they saw our film, they started reaching out to us, Sedona alum, and saying, "Oh my God, it's so great! It's so great!" And so it's like, "Oh, cool!" But they say they feed you, and it's like, "What? They feed you?"
Yeah.
It's like, what an idea!
Yeah.
Like perfect craft service, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. It was very exciting, and you know, anytime that your work gets sanctioned in any way, shape, or form, it was great. And having been at several film festivals, I would have to say, the audience in Sedona, it's a film savvy audience here.
Yeah.
I mean, they really react to the film. I
Yeah.
mean, we were packed, and you know, and I mean, you could hear the people responding to the nuances we had in the film, and it's like, oh my God, this is what we had
Yeah, it
hoped
feels
for.
great.
Yeah,
Feels really great.
yeah.
Now, you've been to other film festivals
Mhm.
prior to this one?
Yes.
Any buzz that you can tell us from those film festivals, or buzz that you've heard here about the film that you'd like to share with the web audience?
About our film?
Mhm.
Well,
I've got one wonderful comment. We were up in Montreal at the film festival up there, and this, you know, the films are paired up there as well, short films with feature films, and we were paired with Lens, and Lens is a huge film over in France and over in Europe, and in Montreal as well, and so everyone came to see Lens, but you know, they also have to sit through our film first and then watch. And we had a woman afterwards come up to us and say, "I didn't sign up for this. I didn't sign up to see your film, but it was spectacular, and thank you. And you have a great project on your hands." And that right there is kind of like just gratification.
Yeah.
Is it going to turn into a full-length feature? Is that the next step?
no, it's not. Actually, the ironic thing about this film, when you watch it, it has extraordinary production value. It was actually a master's thesis film, and so technically it's a student film, but it's, you know, of you know, studio quality and on a multitude of levels, shot on film, you know. Good editing base, I mean, the whole bit. So no, it's not going to continue. The director is looking for, you know, other projects with similar themes, but it won't be this particular one.
So when can people see it? Where can people see the trailer? Give us that information. I know it has a website.
Yes, our website is Mirage at Zabul, and Zabul is ZABUL.com. Mirage at Zabul.com. And we did that because, you know, people typing on the internet, anything over 10 letters, it's like, oh, is this going to be worth it? So the trailer is on there. We are airing at the Sedona Film Festival. And
Saturday night.
And there may be others. Actually, we're showing today in Richmond, Virginia, as well as here. We have not, we're running through the award circuit. And after we do that, we'll be discussing video-on-demand distribution of the film, and we haven't made any conclusions about that as of yet. But staying tuned to the website, you'll be able to find out.
Okay, and are there links to like Facebook and Twitter and things like that on the website itself so people can reach out and ask questions?
Probably the best thing to do would be to contact the director or the producer on the webpage.
website.
We've been getting comments about, wow, where'd you get your vehicles? You know, we've gotten 2 comments like that thus far since we've been in Sedona.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, we want to shoot something and we haven't found vehicles. So, you know, we get those kinds of questions. I have a website that you can link to any of us, our various pages from the film website.
Fantastic. Thanks so much for your time here.
Thank
at the
you.
Sedona
And
Film
it's great to be a
Festival.
part of the Sedona Film Fest.
Absolutely.
And once again, the name of your film is Mirage at Zabul Province.
Yes.
And this is Sam and Philip. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Say
it.
goodbye.